Hey guys and welcome. Today I'm going to show you another Zelos in my collection, the Comet in Steel Blue. Now, you know them, but for those who don't, Zelos is a Singaporean micro brand, probably the most well-known and most popular micro brand in the world right now, and it's easy to see why. They have very competitive prices, very cool designs, very unique. It's a very recognizable design language. Customer care, it's second to none. Mr. Elshan Teng and his team just really knock it out of the park when it comes to that. A lot of fans, a very strong fan base. And yeah, what more is there to say about Zelos? Everybody knows them. Now, fun fact about this one, the comet was originally named the Constellation. Now, obviously, since it's the same name as a very famous Omega model, somebody pointed it out and it was renamed the Comet. Other than that, you can definitely see that it has a little bit of that space vibe into it. It's a love child between a Flieger and a dressy sector dial watch. You can definitely see it, like family resemblance. We're talking about the same indices that you can find in the Sky Raider. Also, the hands are rather similar, but keeping their own style. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you look at it, it's definitely a little bit out there, especially with the colorways. I've had the Aventurine, I've had the Tuxedo, now I have the Steel Blue. You can also get them in salmon and a fat carbon, which is something like, if I'm not getting it wrong, just a carbon dial infused with some gold thingies. Very cool to look at. I'm hoping to get my hands on one of that at one point. When we're talking about dimensions, we're talking about 39, let's say 39 millimeters diameter. So a little bit on the contained side, we're talking about 44 millimeters. Actually, it should be 45 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, still getting around this one. Yeah, almost 45 millimeters of lug length, 20 millimeters lug to lug. And the webpage states 8.7 millimeters without the glass, which is definitely true, but I'm curious to see with the glass we are at 9.7. So yeah, definitely on the thinner side. It's a very clean dial. It's a very legible dial. As you can see, it's the sector one. You can pick up some texture in the inner ring and a little bit of circular brushing on the outer ring. It's a little bit of powder baby blue. So definitely on the softer side, but when you look at it from the sides, it actually gets a little bit darker. I have to say, I really like this color. I wasn't expecting it to like it so much. And you can't pick it up with the naked eye usually, but when you look at it a little bit more in depth and paying more attention to detail, you also see that the indexes and the hands are not black but are also blue. So a very cohesive design on this one. We're talking about brushed finish combined with a little bit of satin. I don't want to say that this is brushed, but maybe, and just some chamfered high polish ones, the same here on the upper lugs. The band is a Horween leather band, really high quality, really beefy, but really soft, really supple. Do like it. I do think that it pairs quite well with this one, but I'm going to show you some other pairings a little bit later. The movement is a Celita SW215 hand wound, and I like it. There is definitely something to be said about hand wound movements. I may even like them more than the regular ones, but it's not really the prettiest one. It has like zero decoration. Not that you need it if you like to see the gears, but nevertheless something to be said there. Quick release straps as well. Signed buckle, big buckle actually, quite chunky. Not really filling in with the dressy vibes. Signed crown and a very flowery crown. Like, I wouldn't know how to call this one. When you see it like this, you would say that it's an onion crown, something like that, diamond onion-esque. But when you look at it like that, and I think that that's actually rather funny, reminds me of the flower that a kid would draw. Sapphire crystal, a top hat sapphire, which I think that it plays out quite well with the design, and very pretty distortions, as you can see there, that double 8, color matched date wheel, just beautiful, beautiful watch, railroad minute markers. And here's the thing that I really like about this watch. I mean, all in all, it's a very nice package, but when you look at it, and this is also, by the way, my complaint about this a little bit, is that the proportions are so nice. They're so well done. They're so beautiful. The symmetry in it with the date at 6 is great. The texture is lovely, the hands are lovely, but look at the design. Like, you see that the hour marker just pretty much just hits on the edge of that inner ring. The minute marker just pretty much hits on the railroad, and the second hands is long enough to cover the diameter, or the length of that outer ring. I just think that it's beautifully done. It's very, very nice, very aesthetic. It's very pleasing. It's very harmonious. I do think that this has, like, I don't know, 1 micron too much of a length, but I can forgive that one. But the minute hands should have been, like, I don't know, 2 microns a little bit longer. It's nothing, like, really, it's literally nothing. Nobody cares, but that would have just made it perfect. Now, this is my third Comet. I've had the I've had the Tuxedo and I've had the Aventurine. I do want to get my hands on Salmon. I don't really care for the NASA one, but yeah, maybe that's just me. But out of the ones that I've had, I do have to say that I believe that the Steel Blue is probably the best of the bunch. And I know that that's saying something, because the Aventurine this model in Aventurine is, in my opinion, the best Zelos Aventurine, maybe tied with the Starfighter, but it's a different thing. Like, with the Aventurine, you don't get a real sector dial like you get on this one. You don't get the different textures. You don't get the different levels that you see on this one. Like, this one has a little bit more depth, so to say, and it just pairs a little bit more with the idea of a sector dial. But nevertheless, who knows? That's just my opinion. If you like the other ones, I'm definitely not going to blame you. Even if you don't like this one, I'm not going to complain you. Like, everybody has their own taste. But I really, really, really like the Comet. One of the best value propositions from Zelos. At the moment of launch, I mean, obviously, as almost all Zelos, this is long sold out. But at the moment of launch, I believe it was something like 500 and something US dollars, or maybe 499, depending on the variant. And then the launch price, which nobody cared because it was already sold out, was 629. Now, you can pick them up secondhand from time to time, and you can get a little bit of a discount there. And if you're curious, I would suggest jump on it, because they're not really that common to see. And again, it's a very unique type of watch. I do like it. Today I'm wearing my Oris Big Crown Cervo Volante, another watch that I really, really like, and I need to do the review one of these days. But here's how we do on my 16.5 or 6.5 inch wrist, 16.5 centimeters, obviously. Just look at it. It just looks so good, you know? Like, you can definitely wear it anywhere. You can also see there that, again, it just gets a little bit more darker blue when you don't have it so close to the light. And I think that you can just pretty much wear it with anything. It's definitely more on the classier side for sure. But I think that it goes very well with business casual. I have a lot of watches that go well with business casual. But definitely with the t-shirt, you can do it as well. And when it comes to pairing, I do think that black suits it very well, but it's rather versatile if you pair it up with some blue suede, which is, again, a very, very nice combination. Just look at that. I think that it goes very well. It just makes it a little bit more casual, a little bit more fun. You can just, have it in spring or autumn, and it goes rather well. Or if you just put it with a tan or light brown strap, it also goes very well. Also, again, just a little bit on the more playful side of things, but I think it works. I think it works for sure. You can also put it on a little bit darker brown, and it works as well. Or, because I do believe that the vintage stitching is the one that suits it the most, if you put it on a little bit darker one, I also think that it goes very, very well. Now, last thing to show you on this one, and let's see if this can be properly shown, is the Lume. We're talking about Super Luminova BJW9, and the Lume on this one is definitely more on the subdued side. Like, you can't really see it that much when you compare it to lume shots of divers. So it's there, you can see it, but yeah, it's not a lantern, and it doesn't need to be, in my opinion. So yeah, this is it, the Zelos Comet limited edition of 100 pieces each. This is probably shortly before Zelos started launching bigger batches, which the jury is still out on whether or not it's a nice thing. I do believe that it's good that more people have more access to this brand because the pieces are beautiful, but I also understand that people that feel like exclusivity is a little bit not that much there anymore with bigger batches, and also when it comes to retaining value, it's probably going to take a hit. Nevertheless, don't get watches for an investment. Just get them because you love them. Get them because you like them. Like the same way that, I pretty much get all my watches. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. As always, feel free to leave a comment, a thumbs up, any feedback, subscribers, anything is appreciated. And have a great day.